had a bad night that night, as we say, so he's come back all guns blazing.
Yes, trying to force the pressure on Scott Richards, but not getting his range or timing right. Big shots, but they've got to land to be effective.
Yeah, Scott's relying on his tie tactics with those low kicks.
And I mean, if he's sensible, he's got the range to keep it a long, hard night for Prince Shani. If he keeps those kicks coming in and those long jabs, it depends where he wants to go. And there's your answer. He likes to mix it as well.
Yeah,
little wink there from Shani.
And there's Scott adapting to the rules very well as well. You know, in the clinch, you release straight away. As you know, with tie, he can hold the clinch.
Oh, that looked low.
Yeah, I think it was accidental. It wasn't deliberate.
Shani not happy. Yes, and Richards is saying I didn't, but he's grudgingly accepting it. We'll see how that affects him psychologically. As you said, Stuart, psychology is so important in this game, and sometimes when it plays on a fighter's mind, I've seen a fighter go to pieces after something like that in terms of throwing heavy shots and getting angry, whereas it looks like Shani's adapted and got back on course.
Yeah, he set himself back into his stance, and he's working hard as well.
One knee from both men, as the ref said, and both listened and did it. Heating up now in this opening round, 3-minute rounds for the pros.
I think, again, you know, just to mention, Malcolm, the tie fights, you know, when they tie fight, they build up over round. But with TFC, we want aggression, and we want people pushing forward, so it makes it more exciting.
That's right, 3 rounds of full action, 3 minutes the whole time. And we're certainly seeing it here. They haven't wasted any time at all. And Shani shrugged off that nicely, hasn't he? He's back to professionalism and just doing his job. Nice counters there, though, by Richards. And he does look sharp, Stuart.
Yeah, Richards, that was a fantastic right hand as well. You know,
back off. Let's go, let's go.
It's interesting, Malcolm, as well, when Scott's under pressure, although Prince Shani's not pushing forward quite direct enough, you can see that not being able to clinch and hold is really frustrating Scott slightly.
That's right, but I don't think Shani's capitalising. For me, Stuart, his punches are too wild and swinging at the moment. As we saw there, perfect example. If he tightens up, he's got more opportunity.
Yeah, and Scott will take advantage of that. You know, if they miss, make them pay, is the saying, so I think if he's swinging like that, he's going to get caught.
Good opening round, but for me, Stuart, I've got to go with the red corner.
Yeah, I think it was a good round for Scott, to be honest.
That's right, and Prince Shani, again, if he was listening, if he could have an ear in the other corner who's saying, watch for those big hooks and counters, which is what you were saying, Stuart. If they miss, make them pay. I'd like to see Shani just tighten up his work to be that little bit more effective.
Yeah, he's still having a little bit of a... He's not too happy at the moment, Prince Shani, I don't think.
Trying to draw Scott Richards on. Counter. A nice round kick there from Shani coming in, the single knee, shoots forward from Richards.
What's good for me, Malcolm, watching these fights and seeing these rules come together is that, for me, it's more exciting because these guys can't hold each other, they can't pull the clinch. When they get an attack, they've got to defend and counter, or they've got to get away. They can't just hold on.
That's right, in Thai boxing, the clinch is a really good defensive measure to pull your opponent in and tie him up. It's not available to them here, so as you said, he's got to rely more on his foot movement and lateral movement now than before. And as a result, I think Shani's just got better as this round's got on. He's certainly stepped up the pace.
He has, as I said in the first round. I think that Scott's slightly frustrated with the fact that maybe part of his... I haven't seen Scott fight before, but I'm aware that he's a competent Thai fighter, and maybe part of his game plan is he uses the clinch and the knees quite a lot in his fights.
Yes, and he's had to adapt now, and I think best part of the fight so far for Prince Shani was that last 30 seconds.
Well, Scott's doing a good job, there's no doubt about it, he is doing a good job.
Oh, just missed with the high kick to the face there. Shani, a big shot to the body, and then the swinging punches to the head. Richards looks quickly over to his corner. Looking for the angles, most definitely, Stuart, there. Yeah. Shani calling him on. Checking the kicks nicely now as well.
Yeah, it's good work by both men in the defensive part of Shani there, but he needs to be a little bit more aggressive.
Like that, good low kick. Shani trying to draw his man on to counter, block the kick and counter. It's a dangerous game when Richard can bring his leg up so high for the head kicks. There's the jumping knee attempt, just falls with it. And I think you saw there, whatever happened in the first round's forgotten now. They've settled into just professional fighting now.
Yeah, a bit more respect for each other. I think Shani's trying to just get focused and just waiting for those big overhand rights and left hooks.
Yes, he's certainly trying to lure Richards in.
Release.
The knee and release as on the referee's instruction. And I think for Richards, that tactic should be utilised far more. The taller man chopping away at his shorter opponent's legs, and then occasionally bringing up the high round kick once he becomes used to that. But at the moment, I don't think he's posing as many questions as he did earlier for Shani.
No, not at all.
Better round for the blue. I'm not saying he's won it.
No,
I think he was far more in it.
Yes, I take your point there, Malcolm. He was much more in that fight in the first couple of minutes of the fight. Yeah, I'm quite excited about this last round, Malcolm. It's very close at the moment. Could go either way. Both men in excellent condition. We'll just see what they do in this last round now.
That's right. Checks the kick from Prince Shani. And again, Shani's tactic's the same. Lure his man on, bring him in and try to counter.
I think Scott's definitely doing the work though. He's taking the fight to him, you know.
That's right, he has consistently, and I said he's got back to the tactic that was working, which is chopping at the legs, then coming over the top of the hands like that, and you heard the response. Good body shot though from Shani on the counter.
This is another thing for fighters that are counter punchers. They still need to move forward, because it's all right sat back and letting Scott come forward like this, but as we say, with the rules of TFC, we want the aggressor, we want the people to be aggressive and move forward.
And using that tactic, you can see the points slip away from you if you're not careful, and I think this is the problem for Shani. The balance hasn't been quite right between that defensive manoeuvring and the countering. Yes, his defence, I think, has been impressive in the second and third rounds, but he's got to qualify that as well with some aggressive work, as you said.
It's a little bit better from Shani there, moving forward. Again. He's a big puncher, Shani, you can tell, but he's just not direct enough.
No, he needs to tighten up there to be more effective, especially if he's going to counter. And into the clinch.
Right, stop. One knee and push off, gentlemen. Let's go, box on. Let's go.
So we're coming in towards the latter part of the third round now. And I feel from the criteria that Scott Richards is going to take this, unless something dramatic happens right at the death. Good kick, as I said that from Shani, but I feel he's the man, as you said, like that, Stuart, that's pushing forward.
Yeah, Shani's just a little bit ragged with his punches, not direct enough. I think they would do some damage if they landed, but I think Scott's a bit wise to that now. He's keeping his distance with the kicks.
Yes, looking for the angles, trying to lure. That's what Shani wants, is he wants him to come on so he can open him up, but the problem is he hasn't had the end result. The idea is right, but there hasn't been that finished product for him.
Yeah, Scott's controlled this fight, in my opinion, from the centre of the ring, most of it. Shani's been moved around and put in the corner quite a lot of the fight. And again, he's in the corner, you know, he's just waiting to be attacked.
Good right hand from Richards, the first one that's got through really clean in the whole fight. And as you said before, Shani looking for those powerful punches, and his left came through there, so for the first time right at the end of the fight, he has his success. So there you have it, the third and final round, and they're friends once more, but I feel it will be a shutout for me, Stuart, for Scott Richards.
Yeah, I think Scott Richards has taken that fight, done the work.
And we do have a unanimous decision, and that decision goes in favour of the red corner, Scott Richards.